Our approach to compliance is very unique because it goes beyond the traditional approach. So when you think about a compliance department, for instance, you think about a back office, like a department is in the background. But then when you think about compliance at Fiat Republic, we go beyond. So we want to help our members. We want to build from start our platform in a compliance way. So from a member perspective, we can create a plan of approach for them to achieve the compliance standards that we expect them to have. So we are there next to them, sitting next to them and helping them achieving what we expect. And from a platform perspective, since our start, we have designed our applications in a way that compliance is already embedded into it. So members don't need to worry about that, right? So it's more than compliance, it's business itself. So we all know that crypto lies in a very gray area in a regulatory perspective, right? So it's very difficult for them to predict the right way to go, and at the same time, it's very difficult for them to engage with traditional banks. So that's where Fiat Republic comes into play. We help crypto to achieve the right regulatory requirements and achieve the right standards for them to get there. At the same time that we enable them to connect with traditional banks and provide fiat rails and the top fiat rails for them so they can operate and continue their business. So basically we are an intermediary there, right? So we are in between the crypto platforms and the traditional banks, making sure that they have all they need to continue their business operations. Regulators are everything in our business, right? So we make sure that we can put our platforms on a standard they expect. So regulators normally, either in the UK or in the Netherlands or whatever in the world, they expect a really high level of compliance. So we are there to make sure that our crypto platforms achieve these standards. But because crypto is still very unknown for the regulators, so they are still also struggling with this topic. So what we're trying to do as Fiat Republic, we're trying to be the intermediary. So we are at the same time the experts on regulations and the experts in crypto. So we act as an intermediary, so we can help both parts. So we help the regulators to understand a little bit more this market and avoid having some frictions or unnecessary friction. And we also help the crypto platforms to achieve the compliance standards with their business process, with the controls, with their processes, to make sure that they can get there and regulators will end up trusting them and their business. Of course, we know that the market that we operate, platforms want to go quickly, move quickly, have a quick onboarding, and also we rely a lot on our API to make sure it's like a friendly API. But at the same time, we also need to guarantee that they are achieving what we expect them to achieve. So what we normally say is we are very quick to onboard, but at the same time we plan together with our members a plan of approach to get there before they're able to be onboarded. So we're going to sit together with them, we're going to help them next to them and very close to make sure that we can create a quick plan of approach and something that they can deliver in the next days or months. So at least they achieve this like standard. So then after that, we can onboard them, but continue to help them on our side to make sure that they continue to improve their compliance processes. So basically, we want them to move quickly, but we also want them to have the standards that we expect them to have. So I think it's all about having a nice cooperation. So we deliver what they want at the same time that they also deliver what we expect them to deliver. So because during the onboarding, we work very close to them, work together, we prepare a plan of approach. We know that we can trust them and we know that their standards are high enough for them to continue with the business operation. So once we are monitoring them during the relationship, we make sure that we allow them to have a risk-based approach. So they don't necessarily need to have a limit for a transaction or anything that will not enable them to continue with their normal business operation. So with this risk-based approach, we are able to include the necessary controls on the clients so then they are not necessarily stuck in the middle of the process.